have a cursed video game for you here today. I will say, every time I run this game in a marathon, something goes wrong, but at least I'll play better than the preview. So, let's go ahead and get into this. This is a game where we're going to be running and jumping and hopefully playing well. So, if my lovely host, Metroid Master, would you love to count me down, please?
You know what? I would be more than happy to count this down. So, in 3, 2, 1, let's rock!
Let's go. So, I don't know if you know anything about this video game, everybody out there in chat. Let me ask our host. What do you think runs in this video game?
What do you think runs?
Yeah, like what moves to the right?
You would expect right on the D-pad, but I'm guessing it's A button?
It's a TurboGrafx controller, so yeah, it's the 1 button, which is the A and B equivalent is 1 and 2. So you use the buttons to move left and right on this in this game. You can use the D-pad with lever control. That is less exciting. What you want to do with this game, and like it's specific speed tech to the TurboGrafx version, if you set movement to the buttons, and then every TurboGrafx controller has turbo built into it. Well, you know, the American ones. The Japanese ones, not so much. So when you turn on turbo, and then use button controls, Pac-Man will run faster than he's supposed to run in the video game. And that's definitely like the main bit of speed tech to the game, and then any direction on the D-pad will make you jump. So this is a rather short run. It's not a full video game. It is basically just like a quarter of it, because after the levels where this run ends, the game gets really unfeasible. And I can do it. I've done it. And it's about a 40-minute run, and I was on pace to do it in about 30, and then got stuck somewhere for literally 30 minutes. So friends don't let friends play the full version of Pac-Land. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, this is the most interesting way to play a game, but then again, my knowledge of Pac-Land has been limited to seeing this as a stage in Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, that is probably everyone's closest view of it. What you just saw me do there, flying, is just an intended mechanic in the game. As long as you hold the movement direction, you are absolutely fine and you'll just keep flying. Dog Developer in chat is correct. It is a fantastic game, though. So, the gist of this game is we spend 3 levels running to the right and 1 level running to the left. That constitutes a trip. This category is called 4 trips, or 16 rounds. And every 4th trip is this running to the left. And Pac-Man gets these magic boots in addition to his red mage hat, where he can just repeatedly double jump, and you can basically fly. Mashing the button sometimes works. Sometimes there's a little bit of delay before you can jump again. But dude, that's the gist of the game. Is going to go run right for 3 rounds and then left for 1. So since that's the time to take a sip of a beverage. It's literally 2 words into a sentence, but since this game has us doing something weird with the buttons to move, when you see Pac-Man hit the ground, there's like a 1 in 3 chance that he's just going to like stutter for a second. Well, this is bad. There we go. There's a little bit of RNG there, and the blue ghost and the car can spawn right next to each other, and you can try to go for it and just jump over everything. But there's a good chance that the game will just say no and you'll jump directly into the car. And that's bad.
This is like the trippiest looking Pac-Man game I have ever seen.
It is real weird. Everything looks like it was made in MS Paint, and it doesn't quite make sense as to what's going on. Just gonna do a big float here, which I think we get to float further because we're abusing the movement buttons. Oh, those are spicy ghost drops. Everything in this game. You know, I think it's just anything on the Pac-Man himself.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw the ghost touch the Pac-Man, but you didn't take damage or anything.
It might have brushed my really cool hat, I'm not sure. But this is, there are a bunch of versions of this game. It's originally an arcade game. And when you play it in arcades, it does have the button movement and a lever to jump, which is very weird. Okay, this is one of the trickier parts in this run, is not get touched by the water. When you get touched by water, you stop and then get dragged down into the water for some reason. It's less water, more like Eldritch Monster. So you kind of want to judge where the water is going to come up and try to jump over it. And it's a lot tougher to do than it kind of looks. That first one's very easy. I think it's like around 13. That's just real mean later on. It is a fun speedrun. It's real easy to learn. I picked it up and got it in a weekend, I think. Basically, shout out to Latmaki, who was running it a lot, and then was the only one I really knew running this game. At least the TurboGrafx version. So, yes, okay. I basically said, yo, let me try it out. Let me pick it up. Let's see how this is. I might as well get one Latmaki run under my belt. And I had that world record in, I think, 2 days or something. And then I've continued to push it down. And it's, my world record right now is lower than the actual page because I got one in practice, so why not? Wow, my voice is leaving me today. Shout out to that extremely sketchy bush.
Yeah, he's looking a little sus.
That bush is a problem. So now we're about halfway through the game, and you'll see that the weather's changing. Most of the levels kind of look alike, but I guarantee all of them are unique. And if you're feeling really good about your Pac-Man ability, there's a pro mode of this too, which is, pro mode's a problem later. One of the other TurboGrafx players that I know that have been playing through the whole library beat pro mode, but had to kind of abuse the game to get through it. He couldn't quite find a way to get through the game just by running. Basically the whole game there's a ghost chasing you, and what he did was manipulate the ghost under him so he could stand on the ghost chasing him and rode it through the problem section that he couldn't figure out otherwise. And like, there's no way that's the intended solution to this game. And you can ride everything you see, like nothing in this game is just an instant kill if you jump on its head.
Well, I was gonna say, it looks like you Goomba stomped a ghost there.
More or less. Except without the stomping, you just kind of ride it. And then, when you catch a power pellet, which we don't really do in the run, you get invincibility. And as well, you'll eat the ghosts, much like, you know, Pac-Man. But that's slow, so we don't do it. Also, welcome to this level. This level is weird because the height of your jumps is based off of how much momentum you have forward. So sometimes with the way we move in this game, we will move, sometimes get a really good jump. Okay, this is kind of spooky. Sometimes get a really good jump, and sometimes you get a really low jump. And if you get a low jump, you're just kind of hecked. So it is a marathon, so I'd rather, like, you know, safety over a beautiful time. But this is going really well, I think. And now it's going to be cursed because I said it.
I mean, it sounds like we're already at the beautiful time as we acquire our third round of space jump boots. Oh
yes. Now we have 3 pairs of flying boots. 2 of them home. Well, 4 of them home, 2 of them on our feet, but you know. I'm juking backwards a lot, and nope, there's a death. I typically don't do that too much in the runs, but occasionally the ghost spawns are just really weird. I'm not convinced they're actually fully RNG. I am pretty sure that they're seeded in some way, because occasionally I get, like, the perfect patterns that you can jump over and everything's fine, and then other times it'll be like, well, this is a nightmare to try to run through. Okay.
So do the fire hydrants actually push you backwards like they do in Smash, or is it just the water touches you and you die?
If you get touched by the water, it will push you in whatever direction the water is moving.
Okay.
So, if y'all played a lot of Smash Brothers, this is the Pac-Man that they put into Smash Brothers. Now there's 2 sets of water, and I kind of wanted to time landing on these cars so I can get a nice jump forward and not just jump directly into something. This is kind of when the game gets a little bit more... Oh, that was weird and spooky. Gets a little bit spookier, and not just because there's ghosts, because there's been ghosts the whole time, but, you know, spooky video game. It's cursed. That was terrifying. And
the ghost looks something weird after you get that power pellet.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the purple one that chases me from behind that's kind of like perpetually thinking?
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
That's good. That means I'm doing well. This level's a maze. And basically you need to collect keys and then open doors to solve the maze. This one's very easy to figure out. There are ones later that you need to do a lot of back and forth in. As well, you can, there's a glitch where you can jump through the door in the floor, but it's not so easy to get. And then if you do it in the wrong place, you end up soft-locked. And your only option is just kind of die. Alright, so this is the worst section of the game, is this water section. It is terrifying and mean and bad. So, if I get through here very cleanly, this is going to be awesome. Let's just wait for that. There's our ghost friend.
Oh gosh.
He's always got something on his mind. And now,
Apparently.
in terms of, like, speedrunning, like, if you like this game, there is an NES version that has warps and the run is, like, 3 minutes long, and I don't really like it at all. I think this TurboGrafx version is the one to play, especially if you can get your hands on a TurboGrafx controller. Because they have proper, rapid fire. And you are allowed to use rapid fire in TurboGrafx games, as long as it matches the rapid pull speed of the, actual controller. Usually RetroArch defaults are faster than the controller, so you'll end up moving a bit faster than Pac-Man should. And that's, slightly, you know, that's an emulator advantage.
So what if you're able to mash faster than the TurboGrafx?
That would probably be allowed. That was time. 11:28's a pretty dang good run, honestly. And, you know, I feel pretty good about that. This is the first time this run has not been cursed for me.
You've only taken 1 death, so you did pretty well.
I think, wasn't it 2? 1 in the cars, 1 in the trees. We're not gonna do this, so... That's time. Let me see where that is. What is my current recorded world record is 11:16. And then my currently unrecorded record is about 11:06. Maybe 11:10. I don't remember. But hey, that's time. This run is short. It's cool. It's neat. If you like a shorter, like 10-minute run, which is usually not my jam, I usually do like 40-minute runs. But, you know, there's always the full game, which is about 35 minutes if you're really good at it. I do want to shout out the RGL crew. Thank you so much for getting me this block. Shout out to SpeedGaming Live 2 and, our lovely host, Metroid. Was it Metroid Master? Yes, it was. As well, Lad for getting me into this run. Dog Developer for running this run also. And, you know, if you liked what you saw, if you like, you know, video games, I am working on a project to play all the TurboGrafx video games in the library. So maybe check me out at GliitchWiitch. I seem to like video games. I've been playing through a lot of East video games too, if that's your jam. But, you know, it's been a pleasure. This has been me. I'm going to throw it over to our lovely host, and thank you for watching.
Alright, thank you very much, GliitchWiitch. So we did get a donation that goes towards the Newtopia 2 incentive, so thank you for the $2 from TJ0. The comment says, Newtopia 2 character name, Ness. So, shoutouts to all the Earthbound fans. I know I am one personally. So, if you want to see any other name, or you just really want to support Ness and Earthbound, donate towards that, incentive before we get that Newtopia 2 run set up. Speaking of which, we're going to take a short little break while we set up, and we will have Newtopia 2 100% by Vanny Van.